we leave?
Yes, one more, yes.
You know what one I think we should talk about? I think we should talk about your good friend, Bethenny Frankel. Now, here's another thing. So apparently she goes, I don't know where is she in Chicago or something? Now, I have so much to say about this because I shop in these stores myself. So she goes into Chanel. She walks up. There are people going. I don't know where was she? Boston, Chicago. Why do I think
Chicago,
Chicago?
because a fan of ours people always come from me for this too. A fan of ours took a picture with her and sent it to me and said, "You really should read, Bethany's lovely. I know you hate her, but she's so wonderful. Here's the photo."
So she was in. So she goes, she waits. I don't know what she's doing in Chicago, but she tries to go into Chanel. They turn her away. They say, you need an appointment. She was dressed a certain way. They didn't recognize her as Bethenny Frankel, having sold the Skinny Girl conglomerate. Then the next day, now she goes on a rant about that, which Bethany style. Then the next day, now it's like, now I lose it. She's in the fucking car going to Chanel. She is dressed head to toe Chanel of the big, Jackie O Chanel glasses. She is like Chanel'd out. Everything is Chanel. And she walks up. They still don't let her in. If you watch the video, they say, hold on, we have to check the capacity. They let her in. She walks in and she walks right back out. So she's proven her point. I have a lot of thoughts on this. So her point was she was very upset. She was turned away. The first day, she didn't realize she needed an appointment for her pap smear and to walk into Chanel. I got a lot to say about that. And the next day she dresses a certain way and is let in. What do you have to say about our friend Bethenny?
Well, you say it. Because you've got strong feelings.
Well, I mean, first of all, these stores like Rodeo, Fifth Avenue. Like there are a lot of these stores that this is since COVID. This is how it does work at a lot of these stores. Like needing an appointment is not like the craziest thing. It's not like a one off. There are stores like, I was going to say something, but it sounds so obnoxious. But like, for instance,
Say it.
well, if I basically can walk into Louis Vuitton in New York anytime I want, but if you couldn't, you do need an appointment. There is someone that stands at the door if you don't, if you're not known, and they do say, where is your appointment? If you don't have an appointment, you can't walk in. So I'm just comparing it to that. And also, so that's the first thing. Needing an appointment is not like such a strange thing. Second of all, she's so outraged. It's like, welcome to like how you lived for your whole life up till, I don't know, 15 years is a long time. Sure. You have a new life now, but this is how normal people live, Bethenny. Like if they're not famous or they're not, it's not that big a deal. And third of all, when I do go to these stores, even if you don't need an appointment, I do think whether you can afford it or not, there is this, you do dress a certain way. Now, I'm not saying I agree with any of this. These are just the rules of how it works. So I don't think getting in when you look one way, dressed in a different way, is that strange. It's no different than a dinner reservation or
Or
a
a
nightclub.
nightclub. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
this
how
is
many
just how
nightclubs?
it does work. Like I really have to say, like if I'm going to roll out of, like if I'm down to shop and go on, say, Fifth Avenue, I truly, truly will shower and dress a certain way. Shower is a step in the right direction. I don't really shower to do this podcast. Today I did because I have something to do right after. But like you go in, like I just don't want your attitude. So I just am going to dress a certain way. So you understand that whether I buy something or not, I can. I don't know. Is that snob? I just don't think it's that. I don't think it's that shocking. That's shocking. This is how the world works. Wow.
They always have this attitude, whether you're at, Bloomingdale Century City, which, has a YSL in it, which is really a step down from Chanel and Louis Vuitton. But I agree. Every time you go in, I think that's just the thing, right? They always seem annoyed with you, except for if you are, I'm sure, like at your caliber, Bethany's caliber when she's dressed to Chanel. If you're a regular, they're rolling out the red carpet, right? Kathy Hilton, whatever you need.
Yes. Right.
But
Like if Haley Bieber, if
of
Justin
course.
Bieber rolls up like usual with the underwear sticking out and the pants falling
Yeah.
down, this Red Sea is parted. Like there is, and by the way, and that's what I love about LA. You go out to like a great restaurant and you see people dressed to the nines, and you see people in like ripped t-shirts like they just rolled out of bed, and those people are, probably worth more than the whole restaurant. That's what I love about LA. But it's not that unusual that this is how a door works. So I don't know. Like, is she
So you thought what? Just another attention grabbing video? And now she's done all kinds of like spoofs since. Like she did the Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, where the women turn her down
yeah,
in Vuitton or something, and then she come or whatever the clothing store was in the movie, and then she comes back and she's like,
big
"You work on
mistake.
commission, right?" Big mistake, huge. So Bethenny reenacted that. I mean, she's leaning in to it.
It's like, okay, like, and there are people that don't know who you are. And this is how the rest of human society, including myself, feel many days. Like, just, is it that big a deal? I don't know. I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Well, wait, what content were you expecting from Bethenny? Big deal content?
I guess, I guess I, s- I guess I still give her a little credit for, yeah, I guess I haven't adjusted to the new bag. I have to just realize like it's over for her. She's like lost
What
it.
I mean,
And by the
a
way,
question to her fans. What are you looking for? We ain't going back to Shark Tank.
we ain't going back to Shark Tank. And by the way, I still want to know, look, you had this divorce podcast on iHeart, you launched it. Now it's on YouTube. Why is it not on iHeart? She says, I don't know what her excuse was, but all I know is I think iHeart is afraid to get sued by Jason Hoppy. And on YouTube, you pretty much can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm not on a
You
network. So,
can't.
like my podcast, your podcast, we're not on a network. We can do whatever the hell we want. If we were on a network, we would have a network saying, why did you use this word? I don't know if that's appropriate. And then I would say, suck my 10-inch cock. That's what I would say. But because I don't want to be told what to do with my art. So, but she is on iHeart, and I feel they do not want to be involved in any potential mess. Why is the podcast gone, and why is it on YouTube now only? What excuse was that she gave?
It was a long video because people had tagged me or sent me it, and I don't know. I couldn't make sense of it either. You're correct. She owns her YouTube, so I agree. Clearly, Jason Hoppy sent a cease and desist, which, as you famously have said, means nothing. But
Take a shit on it and send it back.
But to iHeart, a major company that, I think they took that very serious and they were like, we're done. So she's
I
moved it over
agree.
to her YouTube. Now she has a whole rigmarole she says it's going to be back on iHeart, and iHeart is rebranding and rebooting. And it's like, then, but why wouldn't they just carry the audio from your YouTube and paste it there? And she's like, they're a major company and the ad sales are exceptional. And if the ad sales are exceptional, where's the content?
Doesn't
You think like none of these companies have they don't care what you're doing as long as you're putting up numbers, but they do care if there was a letter sent that was probably like, you could be looped into a website or a lawsuit. They're probably like, yeah, no, we're not. Like, we ain't making that much money off you.
I agree. They don't care what word comes out. They do not care
We
to
don't care.
monitor you.
They don't
If
care
you're
about
making money in the ad
racism.
sales, they're right. If Jason sends a letter, they're, I mean, he'll sue Bethenny for 120 million, but you're going to sue iHeart too. If they get a cease and desist, iHeart's like, we don't give a fuck who you are. Get your shit off here and do not talk about this with us, or you'll jeopardize all your fucking podcasts, bitch. I agree with you. I think that is 100% what happened. I agree with you that video was all sorts of like, look, if 1 + 1 = 2, it takes 2 seconds to put a video out to the human society. It's when you start going on and using all sorts of words. You're saying nothing because you're lying to
It's a
the
word salad, baby.
word salad. So not coming for her. I thought she's funny with the Chanel head to toe now, but like, I mean, is it that shocking that if they don't know you're Bethenny Frankel and you're dressed a certain way, and they truly are requiring an appointment? I don't think they were keeping her out. I think it was truly like, you don't have an appointment. It's not that unusual to have an appointment at some of these stores.
It's so bananas, though. Come on.
I'm not saying that I agree with it. Sarah, as you know, I don't make
You're
the
a man
rules.
of the people.
I am a man of the people. I don't make the rules in society. I don't. I just have to follow them. That's all. I don't make the rules. I don't say that this is appropriate. I don't say that all of Hollywood has been, shunned into the corner and they're injecting themselves with a needle that makes them so sick that they're sick 24 hours a day, including myself, because we've created a standard of beauty which is non-obtainable, and society tells us you should be a certain. I don't agree with any of that. I agree with the people that say, fuck you, I'm happy with how I am. Unfortunately, I guess I have some issues to work on inside because I stab myself, but I'm just giving you how it works in society. If it were up to me, it would be equal access for everyone because I am of the people. My name is Norma Ray, and I am here to
Just because
help.
they want a certain person, a certain look to be wearing their stuff, but that doesn't mean there's a lot of rich people, as you know, from coast to coast in this country that look
But
all
if
kinds
she
of different ways.
looked wealthy, maybe they would have said, we don't have an appointment, ma'am. Just wait to the side. Hold on, we'll let you in it. Which is what happened the second time. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Everyone's think I'm a snob now. I don't know. I'm off today, I guess. What can I say? We got a lot to talk about next time, girl. We got a lot more
We do.
Beverly Hills, and
I'm
I
in
got to get into
Portia.
Atlanta. Yeah, I got to get